We have a whole bunch of news to talk about. Alex Bregman, Masataka Yoshida, Jarren Duran, Ceddanne Rafaela. What happens in this outfield logjam? We are talking about all of that in today's video. Welcome back into another episode of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack, and the Red Sox are tied for the final wild card spot after sweeping the Rockies and the Yankees. I know we hate them, but they did their job and beat the Mariners. You're tied for the final wild card spot right now, and you are definitely in the playoff race. And reinforcements are here, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Bregman is back. Here's what Alex Cora had to say about Alex Bregman pregame. He said there's a good chance he'll be with us this weekend. Now, he will not be activated today, but the news and all the people are saying Friday probably is the day. But look, at the end of the day, Alex Bregman's back. He feels great. He's gone a full workload. He's done everything he's needed to do, and he has shown enough to where Alex Cora is confident enough that Alex Bregman doesn't need a rehab start. Alex Bregman will make his rehab appearances at Fenway against the Rays in a crucial series. I'm just happy that we are finally getting the reinforcements back that we need. Masataka Yoshida's back. We're going to talk about him quite a bit in this video. And then Bregman coming back. Is Tanner Houck going to get activated this weekend? That's another thing that we're monitoring as well. There's a lot of moving pieces and a lot that we're going to be talking about over the next few days. But I'm just happy that Alex Bregman's back. He's not going to play today. Again, he's not going to get activated today, but he's probably going to get activated within the next few days. And bringing that bat back into your lineup, a bat that was vying for an AL MVP to start the season, is really great to see. Now, who goes down, though? That's the very interesting question. It was very cut and dry with Masataka Yoshida. Nate Eaton was going to get the boot. He was going to head down to AAA. But now, who goes? I don't know. Now, there was a report that came out earlier today. I want to pull up the tweet specifically so that I don't get it wrong. Was it today or was it? It might have been yesterday, but I just, 2 days ago. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that these are, here it is. 2 days ago, Sean McAdam put out a piece about what happens when Masa's back and when Bregman's back. And he said there's been at least some discussion internally that Marcelo Meyer, could benefit from more regular playing time at Worcester. So I don't want to say it. I hate to say it. It makes me a little sick inside. I feel like I kind of want to vomit in my mouth a little bit. But I think Marcelo Meyer might be the move. Now, I personally think it would make more sense to send down David Hamilton. You make Marcelo Meyer your everyday second baseman. Bada bing, bada boom. We're all good to go. But if you're not getting Meyer consistent playing time, I do kind of understand why they would make that decision. I hate it. I want the kids to be up on the roster. I don't want them to keep going back and forth between AAA and the majors. That just doesn't help their development. But if that gets him more time and that's what the internal conversations that people are having, that might be the move, and I kind of hate it. Again, I would send down David Hamilton, but I digress. It is what it is. Are you excited that Alex Bregman's back? If you are, just spam me in the comments. I should see 100 me's. Let's make that the goal of today's video. Can we get 100 comments on today's video? And I want it to all be me's. I want people to comment me's multiple times in the comments. I want to see everyone typing me because I'm excited. I'm going to type me a bunch of times as well. Go down below in the comments, type those me's if you're excited that Alex Bregman's back. Masataka Yoshida was activated yesterday, and he did everything advertised. He got the perfect running form. His at-bats were clean. We'll talk about him a little bit more when we get into the recap of the game, but there was an interesting kind of development that happened. And this was happening in Worcester, but it is continuing at Fenway. Masa got work at first base before the game yesterday. So that's very interesting because, again, this logjam is here. You've got the outfield logjam along with now the designated hitter logjam where you've got 4 outfielders 2 designated hitters, that's 6 players to fill 4 spots. And if you can get Masa potentially into the first base spot, that opens up and adds more flexibility to the DH spot. Now I get it, Abraham Toro's hit really, really well as of late. But I would take Masa offensively if he continues at the clip that he's done in the first game over Abraham Toro. That's just me. Now, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think we're ever going to see Masataka Yoshida play first base, but it's interesting nonetheless that he is getting time there. And they are trying to find interesting ways to navigate around this outfield logjam without having to get rid of anybody. Now, someone's going to get traded. Eventually, it will happen. Someone will be taken out of this roster, but for now, they are at least doing their best to try to move around it because you've got a lot of really talented players that are hitting the ball really well right now. You could use all of them. If you can find a way to get them all in the lineup, that's very valuable. So Yoshida's back. He's getting work at first base. It's definitely something to think about nonetheless. An interesting one that happened yesterday. Ceddanne Rafaela was not in the lineup. He didn't play at all. And look, I believe he had played like 60 straight games or something was the stat. It was just a day off. Like, he needed a day off. But it was interesting, though, because, like, Cora was pretty adamant that Duran was going to be their left fielder. Now, obviously, yes, Roman Anthony's in left field, made his left field debut last night and whatever, and Duran went to center. But I did find that interesting that the first game with the Masataka Yoshida logjam of 2025, Ceddanne sits and Duran starts in center. I just found that a little bit interesting. A few other interesting notes as well. Alex Cora said that he had discussed playing Rafaela in the infield amid the logjam, but hadn't decided whether to actually do it. Here's a quote when asked about Rafaela playing in other spots in the infield. He said, "There's conversations. We haven't decided if we're going to do that." So Rafaela had time in the infield last year. I said originally before Meyer got called up that I would move Ceddanne to short, I would move Story to second, and I would make Duran your center fielder and Roman Anthony your left fielder. But now we live in a world where Marcelo Meyer is up, and he is also getting time. Now he's getting time at third, but Bregman's probably going to be activated tomorrow, so third base is now no longer an issue. So it's interesting. Like I said, kind of with Masa, they are trying to be as creative as possible to get as many of these bats in the lineup as possible. It's going to be 10 times harder when you get Bregman back in the lineup. What do you do with Meyer? What do you do with the outfielders? What do you do with Yoshida? What do you do with Rev Snyder? What do you do with Romy? All these guys are hitting the ball at incredible clips right now, and you need that offensive production in your lineup, especially in a series, a crucial series against the Tampa Bay Rays. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think Ceddanne's going to play in the infield. Again, I think this will all get worked out at the trade deadline. Someone's going to get traded. I think this will get worked out at the trade deadline. But you let me know. Do you think Ceddanne plays in the outfield? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to say no. I don't think he plays in the infield, but you let me know. Give me your thoughts. Y for yes, N for no. I want to hear what you have to say. At the end of the day, Cora was open and was an open book about the logjam, and this is something that everyone was talking about, and he said that he has confidence in his guys and that everyone understands the situation at hand. Here's what he had to say. He said, "There's certain days one of the lefties is not going to play against a righty, then help us late in the game. Everyone's on board. Everyone understands what we're all about and what we're trying to accomplish, and there's no complaints." I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I had the answers. I wish I knew what they were going to do. I think at this point it's either a Jarren Duran or a Wilyer Abreu trade, and from all the reports, it seems like Duran is the hotter commodity than Wilyer Abreu. It breaks my heart because I'm a big Jarren Duran fan. I do not want him to be traded. I think you'd get better return on investment for Abreu anyways. I talked about that in my video yesterday. If you've not watched that video, I broke down all the reasons why I thought the Red Sox should not trade Jarren Duran. But I think the path forward is one of Duran or Abreu will get traded. You got to get a haul back for either of them. You cannot just dump them like you did a Mookie or a Devers. This has to be an actual significant haul, whether that be prospects, whether you package Duran with someone for a Joe Ryan, who we're going to talk about in tomorrow's video. There's a lot of interesting things that can be done, but what I do know is that Roman Anthony's going to play. Cora talked about that yesterday. He said Roman Anthony's going to play. Masataka Yoshida is going to get a lot of at-bats at DH. And the Red Sox are going to move forward with some of these key pieces. And some of them are going to be on the bench, or they're going to be on other teams by the time the trade deadline passes. We're going to talk about the game here in 1 second. But again, every single day we are recapping the games in short form. And then we're doing long form videos after it. If the Red Sox make a move, we'll make a video instantly. And on top of that, guys, the MLB draft starts on Sunday night. The Red Sox have 3 picks in the top 75 picks. I'm going to be live for round 1 of the MLB draft where the Red Sox have 2 picks. So make sure you subscribe. Don't miss that live. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've scouted 70 players at this point, so I'm going to have everything you need to know about the players that the Red Sox draft. So subscribe, don't miss out, and join us for the live on Sunday night. Red Sox win 10-2. They sweep the Colorado Rockies. That is their second straight series sweep. I believe, if what the broadcast said was correct, that is the first time they've done that since 2022. You needed to take at least 4 or 5 games off the Nationals and Rockies, and instead you took all 6. There have been multiple instances over the last few months where the Red Sox have had to do a certain thing and they have exceeded expectations. You played the Yankees 6 times in a week and a half span. You needed to dominate, take 4 or 5 of those, and you dominated the Yankees. You needed that. You swept them, and then you took 5 out of 6 against the Yankees. And then this stretch, you needed to take 4 or 5 off of the Nationals and the Rockies, and you exceeded expectations. You swept both. You are now tied for the final spot in the AL wild card. The Mariners lost yesterday to the Yankees, which means you are tied. You are in a wild card spot as it stands. So now it's time to put up or shut up. Because everyone's going to say, you beat the Nationals, you beat the Rockies, who cares? They're the worst teams in baseball. They're still Major League Baseball teams, and you still need to go out and play. And the Red Sox have done that. And not only have they done that, they've absolutely dominated every single game. 10-2 win over the Rockies. Lucas Giolito shoves once again. He goes 4 hits, no walks, 6 Ks, no runs. He has gotten his ERA down to 3.36. Absolutely immaculate rebound from Lucas Giolito from the beginning of the season. He has completely transformed who he was in the first half of the season to where he is now. He has been incredible. Alcala comes in, gives you an inning. Isaiah Campbell comes in, he finishes the game, he gives up 2 runs. A little bit of a shaky outing for him. I still don't know why he was brought up and Richard Fitz was sent down. I think that teases a Tanner Houck return, but I'm not sure. I don't love that. But the pitching did what they needed to do, and Lucas Giolito is now 6-1 on the season. He gets another win, and he is showing that he is a stud, and he, as of right now, until the trade deadline passes, is your number 2 starter in your rotation, and that's all you could ask for from Mr. Lucas Giolito. On the offensive side, you have 15 hits, you only strike out 5 times, you walk 3 times. Every single person in the lineup had a hit, and 5 people had multiple hits. Jarren Duran fighting for his life, trying to prove why he deserves a spot on this team, goes 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He also has a walk. He has a huge 3-run home run to basically ice the game. Roman Anthony continues to play well. 2 for 4 with a run. He's got his average up to 263, and he has an OPS of 769. Trevor Story goes 1 for 5 tonight as well. Not a great night for him, but he does get a double. Wilyer Abreu also goes 1 for 5. He has 2 RBIs, but he also has a home run, a key home run in this game as well. Carlos Narvaez goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. Romy Gonzalez hits another home run. He goes, 1 for 3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs and a walk as well. Marcelo Meyer goes 2 for 4. He's trying to prove that he deserves a spot on this team. And then David Hamilton goes 1 for 3, but it is Masataka Yoshida returns to the lineup. His first major league appearance since, I believe it was September 27th of last year, and he comes out hot. 3 for 4, 1 run, 1 RBI, the first RBI of the game, if I remember correctly, and he's got the perfect running form. He looks absolutely awesome. I'm happy to have him back. Look, he's never been the best player, the world beater that I think we expected him to be when we signed him from Japan, but him getting back in the lineup, it's just a breath of fresh air. It's one of the reinforcements that we desperately needed, and he's coming in at the right time. He's coming in hot, 3 for 4 on the night, and added 3 hits to this 15-hit absolute onslaught of the Colorado Rockies. And it was great to see, and the Red Sox, like I said, sweep the Colorado Rockies. It's time to put up or shut up, though. You've won 6 straight, but it was against the Nationals and the Rockies. You have the Tampa Bay Rays, who are currently 1.5 games up in the wild card. They hold the second wild card spot. They are 1.5 games up. They are coming to Fenway for 4 games right before the All-Star break. This is your final series before the All-Star break. You need to win this series. You need to, at the very least, split the series. You need to show that these last 2 series were not a fluke, or these last 2 series were not you just taking advantage of bad baseball teams. You need to show that you are a legitimate playoff contender, and you can do that in this series. Because after that, you have the All-Star break. Then you go to Chicago to face the Cubs, you go to Philly to face the Philadelphia Phillies, and then you play the Dodgers at home. You have to leave no doubt going into the All-Star break that you are a legitimate contender. You either tank your chances or you prove that you deserve to be here. Put up or shut up. Win this damn series. Yeah, Walker Buehler on the mound today. I'm not feeling great about that one, but we'll see what happens. TBD on Friday. Is that Tanner Houck? We shall see. Garrett Crochet on Saturday, and then I would assume it's Brian Bayo on Sunday to finish it off. We'll see. But you guys go down below in the comments and let me know. Predict the Red Sox record versus the Rays. I'm going to give them the Crochet. I'm going to say they win the Crochet game. I'm going to say they win the Bayo game. I think they lose the Buehler game today. I don't know who pitches the TBD on Friday. Is that Houck? We saw what happened last time Houck did the Rays. I'm going to predict a split. And that's fine. A split is perfectly fine. I'm going to predict a split, but you let me know. Predict the Red Sox record versus the Rays. That's it, guys. That's where I'm going to end it. The Red Sox are hot. So is this channel. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to be live on Sunday night for the MLB draft. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss out. Wall-to-wall coverage of the Boston Red Sox. MLB draft, MLB trade deadline, everything in between. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, and until next time, go Sox.